Satisfy them well, you hear me? My dog's new wife.
Hey there! Before we dive into part 4 of this fantastic story, we'd love to hear where you're tuning in from and what time it is. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let us know if you're enjoying the series. Trust me, there's so much more in store for you all. This is a true story, and we've got all the necessary permissions to share it while keeping her identity safe. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the video. But something happened that changed my situation. One of the men who usually brought his dogs to enjoy the girls got interested in me. He thought his dogs would love me all the time. So, he decided to buy me from Mr. Joe and take me home for his dogs. This meant his dogs would hurt me every day. I want the girl. My dogs love her. Sell her to me. I will pay any price. I will make her wife to my dogs, Mr. Emeka said. You know business well. Let's do the deal. You have enough money to take her? Mr. Joe asked. I have all I need. Please sell her to me, Mr. Emeka said. After talking, Mr. Joe sold me to Mr. Emeka for millions of naira. This meant I would go live with Mr. Emeka and serve his dogs, hurting them. I cried the day they took me to Mr. Emeka. I couldn't bear to leave Chioma, my sick friend, behind. Who will care for her? But the men did not care. All they wanted was money and to satisfy their dogs. They dragged me out of prison. I tried to fight and stay with Chioma, but she was chained. Then they put me in a van and took me to Mr. Emeka's house. I saw this as a new painful chapter for me because I would have to sleep with Mr. Emeka's dogs every day. Mr. Emeka showed me to his wife and told her he bought me as a pet for their dogs. He said I would satisfy the dogs every single day. I was very sad when I heard them talk about this. Mr. Emeka has a son, a young boy of my age. His name is Melvin. He watches me as his parents introduce me to him as a wife for the dogs. Melvin seems not to be interested in the idea of serving a girl to dogs. He just turns back and walks to his room. I am now living with normal humans. No more staying in prison. But I was still not living fine because I was still sleeping with dogs. To me, it is no difference from staying with Chioma in that prison and staying with Mr. Emeka and family. They are all wicked people. They don't care about me. All they care about is their dogs. Morning came and it was time for Mr. Emeka to bring his dogs to my room. I waited patiently as my door opened. It was Mr. Emeka. He saw me and laughed. Hey, I won't hurt you. All you have to do is satisfy my dogs, which you already know how to do. This was his words, and I nodded with no choice. He put the dogs there and left me with them. I did what I was supposed to do. There was no choice. I had to. Same thing happened by afternoon. He still brought the dogs to do the same thing. I also satisfied them. By evening, they brought food for me and told me to eat and gather more energy because I still have to satisfy the dogs before I go to bed. I refused to eat the food. I told them I would not eat unless they free me. I told them to have pity on me. I can't continue with suffering. But Mr. Emeka and his wife laughed. They told me that if I don't eat, I will die of hunger. I saw their son standing at the door watching them mock me. He looked really sad. I think Melvin might not be like his dad because I saw pity on his face. After Mr. Emeka and his wife left, Melvin came to me and told me to eat. He said he was going to talk to his parents on my behalf. Maybe they will free me. That was the first time I saw someone saying something that nice to me. Thank you, but I know your parents would not listen to you. Don't even bother telling them to free me, I said to Melvin. Do not worry. I will try to talk to them. I know they will listen to me. They always listen to me, Melvin says to me. Then he left. I looked at the food on the floor. I was really hungry, so I ate out of no choice. I then prayed, hoping Melvin's parents will listen to him and make me free. I also thought about Chioma. How is she coping? Is she dead or alive? So many questions, but no answers. I really didn't want Chioma to die. I wanted her to be free with me one day. Melvin went to see his father to ask him to free me. Dad, why do you treat the girl like this? It's not right to do this to a human, Melvin said. Mr. Emeka laughed. Son, she's not complaining. And she is not new to this. I bought her from a place where she already did this. This is her life. No, father. She is not happy. I saw her face. She did not want this. I think you bought her from the wrong people. Maybe they forced her, Melvin said. So what do you want me to do? Let her go? Mr. Emeka asked. Yes, father. Free her. She's a human like me, Melvin said. No way, Melvin. I do many things you say, but I can't let go of a girl I bought with millions. She has to do the job, Mr. Emeka said. Melvin tried to convince his father, but he did not listen. Then Melvin decided to try his mother. Maybe she would understand. Melvin came back to me looking sad. I knew it didn't go well. Your father said no, right? I asked. Yes, he said. I thought so, I told him. But he said he would try his mother. Don't give up. Maybe my mom will help us. Let me try again, Melvin said. I told him to leave me alone. I said his mother was no different. But he still wanted to try. So, he went to his mother and tried to explain. But she was no different from Mr. Emeka. Melvin, your father is right. We can't let her go after paying so much, she said. Mom, how can you watch a woman like her sleep with your own dogs? Melvin asked. Melvin, she is not complaining. She used to sleep with dogs even before we bought her. So, I can't help you, his mother said. No, Mom. Please think about this. We need to free her, Melvin begged. I'm sorry, son, I can't help, Mrs. Emeka said. Melvin walked away, very sad. He could not accept what his parents were doing to me. I stayed in my room, which was like a prison, but at least I had a bed. I waited for Melvin's news, still hoping his father would say yes. But when he came back, he told me his mother said no too. He said he was sorry he failed. No, it is not your fault. You don't need to say sorry, I told him. Yes, it is my fault. I feel like my parents because I couldn't help you, he said. No, you are different. You are a good person who cares, I told him. He said he wished he could save me alone, but his parents would find out and they would punish him. Melvin really wanted to help, but good people don't always have the power to change things. So, the men kept feeding me to their dogs day after day. They gave me food to eat too. Melvin just watched, helpless to stop his parents. So, one day Melvin came up with the best way to free me. And that was he was going to tell the authorities about his parents. Tell them his parents kept a human and made her sleep with their dogs. I was sitting and eating the little food that was brought to me when my door opened. It was Melvin. I finally found a way to free you. Trust me, this one is going to work, he says. Tell me, what do you think this time? I asked. I'm going to report my parents to the police and also tell the truth. My parents are abusing a young girl of my age. Then they come and investigate. They search and find you. Then they free you. And that's easy as anything, Melvin says, showing a lot of confidence in his voice. Well, that's a good thing, but I think you should not do that, I said. But why? Don't you want to be free? It's going to work. I know you think I'm going to fail again. No, I know this is a good idea, but I don't think it's the best way. If you report your parents to the police and they find out it's true, your parents will go to jail for human trafficking and abuse. I'm sure you don't like that. Melvin sees that I was making sense. He really doesn't want his parents to go to prison either. I don't know what else to do. I really want to help you, but it seems I'm out of ideas. My parents won't listen to me, and I can't take them to jail either. Don't worry, Melvin. I will be fine. Maybe this is just my destiny. Maybe I deserve to live a bad life, I said sadly. Tears dropped down my cheeks, dropped on my torn clothes. I know I deserve a better life, too. No one deserves all this nightmare with dogs. This is totally not your life. I will find a way. I will find a better way to free you without taking my parents to prison, Melvin says, and left. I sat there feeling sad. My door opened again. I thought it was Melvin, but it was Mr. Emeka. Stop sending my son to plead on your behalf. He won't change my mind. Do your job, and that is to satisfy my watched dogs, Mr. Emeka said to me. And then he released the dogs into my room again. I woke up crying again. My body was weak, and the dogs already finished what they always do to me every morning. I just lay down and stared at the roof. I keep asking myself, same thing every day. When will this end? And who will save me? Sometimes I wish I will wake up and find out it was a dream. Maybe I will see Chioma beside me and the two of us will laugh about it. But this one is not a dream. This is real life and it is not stopping. So the door opened again. It was Mr. Emeka. He walked in with a smile. He always looked happy to see me like this. He never cared. I feel like he was the worst I have seen so far. You know what? He said he was standing near the door. I always tell my friends I have something special they don't have. I tell them my dogs sleep with a human. They don't believe me. I looked at him and I didn't talk. I had no strength. Nothing in me again at all. Today is the day, he said again. I will show them. I will show them you and they will see you with their own eyes. Later that day, 3 men and 1 woman came to the house. They greeted Mr. Emeka like old friends. Where is she? One of them asked. Mr. Emeka smiled and pointed at me. That is her. My dogs love her. I told you all, he said to his friends. They all looked at me like I was not human. They sat down. Then Mr. Emeka brought the dogs into the room. They watched me hungrily. The men laughed as the dogs touched me. This is crazy, one man said. You really trained them well. I told you, Mr. Emeka said proudly. Only I have this and she is special for my dogs, he said to his friends. I cried quietly. Melvin stood at the wall looking away. His hands were inside his pocket and he didn't laugh. Melvin didn't say anything for a while. The next day he went to school, but he couldn't hold it in anymore. He told his friends about the story, but he didn't tell them it was his parents. He talked like it was just a story. What if somebody is treated very bad? Like a girl being used by animals? Melvin asked while they sat outside during break. His 2 friends looked surprised. Animals? What animals? One asked. Dogs, Melvin said. The boys laughed. That's crazy, one said. How can that even happen? I'm serious, Melvin said. If it is true, shouldn't we help her? One boy shook his head. Help? I don't think so. I would like to see that myself, he said to Melvin. Melvin's face changed. He stood up angry. Forget everything I just said, he said and walked away. The boys laughed behind him. When Melvin came home, I was sitting on the floor in my room. When I heard the door open, I thought it was Mr. Emeka, but it was Melvin. He closed the door and sat beside me. Did you talk to your friends? I asked sadly. Yes, he said. He looked very tired. What did they say? They laughed, he said. They think it's funny. They don't care. They want to see it. I shook my head slowly. Then there is no hope. If even your friends laugh, who will help me? Melvin was quiet for a few seconds, then said, I'm sorry. I thought maybe someone would understand. I wiped my tears. No, thank you for trying. It means you care. That's all I have now. Someone who cares. Melvin looked at me. I wish I could do more. Don't blame yourself, I said. You are the only good thing here. I know you care, and that is enough. Melvin didn't say anything. He just sat quietly beside me. That night, I couldn't sleep. I knew the dogs would come again in the morning. It was always the same. I prayed quietly, not for freedom anymore, but for Chioma. I wondered if she was still alive. I whispered, Chioma, don't die yet. Please wait for me, even though I'm not sure I will live. My suffering went on as usual. Every day the dogs came, and I cried the same way. It felt like my tears would never end. Every time they finished, I would lie there thinking, when will this end? When will I see Chioma again? Sometimes I prayed it was all a bad dream, but I never woke up. It was always real. Far away from here, Mr. Obina and his wife were at home talking. Obina had visited Emeka before and saw me with his dogs, so he could not stop thinking about it. He told his wife about it. You won't believe what Emeka is doing in his house, Obina said. His wife looked shocked. What is it? There is a girl in his house, not for him but for his dogs. I saw her myself. He keeps her there for the dogs to use. His wife covered her mouth and looked very shocked. Are you serious? I'm serious, Obina said. His dogs are stronger now. They guard better. They are happier since they started with her. His wife was quiet for a moment, then asked, so what do you want to do? Obina leaned closer to his wife. I want our dogs to try this too. Just 1 week. We will take the girl and return her after. His wife thought for a few seconds and nodded. If you can get her for a week, let's see what happens. The next day, Obina went to Emeka's house. He met Emeka in front of the compound. Emeka was with 2 of his helpers. Melvin sat quietly in the corner, like always. Emeka, Obina called. I came for something. Emeka looked at him. What? I want that girl for 1 week, Obina told Mr. Emeka. Let my dogs enjoy her too. I've heard enough of your bragging. Don't be selfish. Emeka laughed. You are jealous now. Yes, Obina said. Give her to me. I will pay. Emeka thought for a moment. 5 million naira. Obina did not argue. He only wanted his dogs to taste the girl. I will bring the money. Prepare the girl. Emeka nodded and told his helpers, go bring her. The boys came to my small room and dragged me out. I already heard everything they were saying outside. I didn't struggle this time. I just followed them quietly, my head down. Melvin stood up when I came out. He didn't say a word, but I saw the sadness in his face. He always looks sad when they carry me like that. Obina took me to his house. It was bigger than Emeka's house, but nothing felt different to me. Chains are chains everywhere. The first day I reached, Obina laughed and said, my dogs will love you. His wife stood beside him, nodding. Do whatever they want, she said. Make them happy. I didn't reply. I just stood there. Their children came inside later. A boy and a girl maybe same age as Melvin. When they saw me, they smiled like they were watching something funny. Is this the girl Dad talked about? The boy asked. Yes, the girl said. She is for the dogs. Then they both laughed. Are we going to watch? The boy asked his sister. Yes, she said. It will be fun. The dogs came in later and did their thing to me. I turned my face to the wall and cried. I thought maybe they would be like Melvin and helped me, but no one was like Melvin. After 1 week, Obina returned me to Emeka's house. He looked happy when he handed me over. Your girl is strong, Obina said. My dogs loved her. Emeka laughed. I told you she is the best. That night, Melvin sneaked into my room. He sat on the floor beside me and whispered, "I have another plan. This one will work," he promised. I looked at him with hope. I was really tired, but still hopeful. "What is it?" I asked. "When everyone sleeps, I will take you out through the back door," Melvin said. "I found the key, and we will run to the next town and hide there." I held his hand. "Are you sure? What if they wake up?" "They won't," Melvin said. "Trust me, we have to try." Midnight came. Melvin opened my door slowly. We walked down the hall quietly. My heart was beating fast. We reached the back door almost free. But then someone stepped out of the dark. It was Mrs. Emeka. "Melvin," she whispered quickly. "Where are you going with her?" Melvin froze. "Mom, please listen to me. Please let us go before Dad knows. He is not here now. We can free her. No one has to know." Mrs. Emeka looked at him coldly. "Do you know what you are asking? That girl is not free. Your father paid for her." "Mom, she is human." Melvin begged. "She is not a dog toy. Please, I am begging you." Melvin says, but his mom never agrees. Mrs. Emeka shook her head. "If you take her away, your father will hate you forever." "I don't care," Melvin said. "I can't watch this anymore." "You are just a boy," Mrs. Emeka said. "You don't know what you are doing." "I know exactly what I am doing," Melvin replied. "I am saving her life." "Go back to your room," she said to Melvin, and he has no choice than to obey. Melvin's eyes filled with tears. "Mom, but no," she shouted. "Go to your room." Next morning, Emeka found out. He did not shout. He only smiled in a way that scared me more than shouting. "You think you are smart," he said. "You think you can run?" He called 2 of his boys. They grabbed me and dragged me to another room. This room was even worse than before. It was dark with no window, only a mat on the floor. "You like to run?" Emeka said. "Stay here." The door was shut behind me. I sat in the dark, hugging my knees. I whispered, "Chioma, if you can hear me, I am still alive. Maybe one day we will both be free." I was back to suffering again. Their plan failed, and now things were worse for me. They moved me to a new room, this one serious. It had a small window far up high. The walls were hard. The door had 2 locks. 2 men stood outside all the time, morning, afternoon, night. They never left. I could hear them laughing, talking, sometimes even fighting, but they stayed at their place always. I sat on the cold floor with my back on the wall. I thought about Chioma again. I thought about her face the last time I saw her. Every day I asked myself the same question, is she still alive? Or did they kill her already? My tears never stopped falling to the ground. Sometimes I cried without sound, just water falling from my eyes. Mr. Emeka was angry with Melvin after the escape failed. I could hear them shouting in the evening. My room was close enough to hear everything, even if I couldn't see them. "You disappointed me, Melvin," Mr. Emeka shouted. "You really disappointed me. I bought that girl with my big money, and you tried to free her behind my back." Melvin's voice was shaking. "Dad, you don't understand. She is human. She is like us. We can't treat her like this." "Shut your mouth," Mr. Emeka said sharply. "I don't want to hear that rubbish. You think I will throw away my money because you feel sorry for her? Never. I told you she belongs to the dogs." Melvin tried again, begging, "Dad, please. I'm begging you. Look at her face when you see her. She is broken. Can't you see she doesn't even want to live anymore?" Mr. Emeka shouted even louder, "Enough. I don't care about her face. I care about what I paid. You will never try this again. Do you hear me, Melvin? Melvin stayed silent for a moment. Do you hear me? Mr. Emeka repeated. Yes, Dad. Melvin said sadly to his father. Good, Mr. Emeka said. Stay far away from her. If I hear you go near her again, you will not like the result. I sat there by the little hole in the door, pressing my ear to it. My heart was beating fast. Melvin was the only person who cared for me. And now his father wanted to separate him from me completely. One night, Mr. Emeka brought his friends again. They drank a lot in the sitting room. After some time, they carried the dogs into my room like usual. They were laughing and talking loud. The sound of bottles hitting the table echoed in the house. The men stood by the door while the dogs came inside. I sat at the corner, my knees to my chest. I didn't even fight anymore. I was too tired. My tears ran down, but I didn't wipe them. One of the men, a friend of Obina, pointed at me and laughed. Emeka, your dogs enjoy too much, he said. I want to try her, too. The other men laughed at him. Mr. Emeka shook his head. No, she is for the dogs and not for us. Don't talk nonsense. The man laughed louder. Why dogs better than me? You saying dogs deserve her more than humans, right? I said no. Mr. Emeka shouted, leave her. She is dirty for the dogs only, he said to his friend. But the man was drunk, he didn't stop. He came forward and did what he wanted while the others laughed and shouted. That was the first time a normal man touched me. The dogs were already hell, but this one broke me more. I closed my eyes. The whole time I felt my soul leave my body. I wanted to disappear. Later that night, when the house was quiet and the guards stepped away to smoke, I heard Melvin's voice outside the door. Amaka, Melvin whispered softly. Yes, I said weakly. Amaka, I swear to you, I will save you, Melvin said. I don't care how long it takes. I will do it. I shook my head, even if he couldn't see me. Melvin, stop. Every time you try, things get worse for me. I can't watch you suffer, too. No, Melvin said firmly. You don't understand. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I can't live normal, knowing you are here suffering. My heart is heavy every day. I think about you every single time. Your parents will never allow it, I said. Even if you set me free, they will catch me again, and they will hurt you, too. I don't want that. I don't care if they hurt me, Melvin said to me. I just want to see you free. Few days later, Melvin tried another thing. He went to one of the guards outside my door. Please, I want to beg you to help me let her go. I will give you anything you want. Money, even a new phone. Anything. Just let her out, Melvin says to the guard. The guard looked at him with surprise. I can't. Your father gave me strict order. If she escapes, I am dead or even lose my job. I'm sorry. Melvin tried begging him again. Please, I am begging you, just think. What if it was you? What if it was your sister in there? Would you watch and do nothing? Would you allow dogs to touch her like that? The guard stayed quiet for a moment, then shook his head. It is not my sister, and I need this work. I can't lose my life because of one girl. Melvin begged again, his voice breaking. Please, please, I am not asking you for me. I am asking you for her. She cries every night. She does not eat. She does not talk. I see her eyes. She is dying slowly. Please help me. I will never forget it if you help, he said to him. I said no. Stop asking me, said the guard. Melvin looked at him with tears in his eyes. He turned around and walked away. But the guard didn't keep quiet. He went to Mr. Emeka that evening. He felt like telling him what Melvin did was going to make him the best servant. Sir, the guard said to him, your son came to me and tried to bribe me to free the girl, but I refused. I stayed loyal to you. Mr. Emeka smiled and handed him money. Good boy, keep her locked up tight and watch Melvin for me. If he comes near again, tell me. That night, Mr. Emeka called Melvin to his room. Melvin, he said, I warned you before to stay away from that girl. Do you hear me? Melvin stayed quiet. Do you hear me? Mr. Emeka shouted. Yes, Dad, Melvin answered. Good. Go to your room, Mr. Emeka said. Melvin walked away, but in my heart, I knew he wasn't going to stop. Later that night, I heard Melvin outside my door again. He waited for the guards to move away before speaking. Amaka, Melvin said softly. Yes, I whispered back. I'm not giving up, Melvin said. Even if they beat me, even if they lock me up too, I can't stop thinking about you. I sat on the bed in the dark room, hugging my knees. My heart was heavy. I thought of Chioma again. One morning, I started feeling strange. My body was weak, and my stomach hurt a lot sometimes. I didn't know what was wrong. At first, I thought maybe it was hunger or stress, but the pain didn't go away. Every day it got worse. I sometimes felt dizzy and vomited once. I didn't want to believe it was serious. I told myself I would be fine. That night, when Melvin came to check on me, I told him what was happening. He stood outside like always, speaking through the small hole in the door because it was locked now. I told him about my sickness. Melvin sounded worried. Since when? He asked. About 3 days now, I said. But it's worse. I vomited yesterday. I don't know what's wrong. Do you want me to get some medicine? Melvin asked quickly. Yes, please. I feel very bad. I don't care what it is, I just want the pain to stop. Okay, I will find something tomorrow. Just hold on, he said, looking around to make sure his dad wouldn't hear. The next day, Melvin brought some medicine for me. He passed them secretly through the small hole when the guards were not looking. Take this, Melvin whispered. It should help. Please just swallow it. I took them without asking what they were. But after 2 days, nothing changed. The pain remained. I vomited again. I felt weaker than before. When Melvin came back that night, I told him. It is not working, I said. The drugs didn't work. I'm still sick. I feel worse. Melvin sounded frustrated. I don't know what else to do, Amaka. My parents won't even allow me to take you to a hospital. They don't even care if you die here. I know that, too, I said to him. I know they don't care. Melvin was silent for some time. Then he said, I will talk to my dad again. Even if he shouts at me, I will talk. If he won't free you, he should at least treat you, Melvin replied and left. Later that night, Melvin went to his father's room. Mr. Emeka was counting money at the table when Melvin entered. Dad, Melvin said carefully. What? Mr. Emeka asked without looking up. Dad, I want to talk about Amaka, Melvin said. Mr. Emeka looked up sharply. What about her again? I warned you before. Stay away from her. Melvin stood still. Dad, listen. She is sick. I mean, really sick. She vomits. She can't even talk sometimes. If you are not going to free her, at least treat her. At least let her see a doctor. She sleeps with your dogs every day. She might even die soon, Melvin said. Mr. Emeka laughed. So what if she dies? I will buy another. Do you think she is the only girl in the world? Melvin's voice got louder. Dad, she is human. Can you hear yourself? Human. She is dying in there. Can you imagine if it was me? Or Mom? Would you treat us like this? Mr. Emeka slammed his hand on the table. Don't compare her to us. She's nothing. I paid for her. She belongs to me. I can do anything I want. Melvin's eyes filled with tears. He slowly shook his head. I hate this. I hate what you are doing, he said. I hope one day you will regret this, Melvin said to his dad and then left. A few days later, something happened. I vomited again, but this time it was worse. My stomach twisted and I cried out loud. The guards heard me and came inside. Mr. Emeka came too. He looked at me and called one of his women. Check her, he said coldly. The woman checked me. Her face changed. She looked at Emeka slowly. She is pregnant, she said. My whole body froze. Pregnant? My heart stopped for a moment. Pregnant? I stared at them, not knowing what to say. I felt like the floor was moving under me. I wanted to scream. I wanted to die. Pregnant from this life, from this pain. Then I remembered, it must have been that night the drunk friend of Mr. Emeka touched me. That was the only time a man did that to me. My tears started falling again. How can I live with this? I whispered to myself. How can I carry this baby? Mr. Emeka was angry. He couldn't believe it. Whose fault is this? He shouted. Who did this? One man answered softly, it was Obina that night. He was drunk. He touched her. Mr. Emeka was shocked. Obina? That's my friend. They called Obina. When he heard the news, he was shocked at first. Then his face changed and he said something strange. I will keep it, Obina said. Everyone looked at him. What? I don't have a child. I have been praying for a child for years. If she is carrying my child, I will keep it. The baby is mine, Obina said. Mr. Emeka shouted he did not agree. You think I will allow that? She belongs to my dogs. I paid for dogs, not for you to get her pregnant. Obina said, you don't understand. This is my chance to have a child. I will take her. I will care for her and raise my child. Mr. Emeka laughed bitterly. Take her and care for her over my dead body. She stays here and continues what she was bought for, the dog business. Obina went to him and tried to convince him. Please, I'm begging you. Let me take her. I don't care about her. I care about my child, he begged. But Mr. Emeka shouted again, no. She stays. End of talk. I sat there on the floor listening. My tears kept dropping nonstop. I didn't know which one was worse. Being forced to stay or being forced to carry a baby from this pain, my life felt finished. No matter how Mr. Obina begged, no matter how he shouted, no matter how he even put his hands together and pleaded with Mr. Emeka, nothing changed. Mr. Emeka didn't want to listen to him at all. Mr. Obina went home that day but couldn't stop thinking about Amaka's pregnancy. I need to go and talk to him again. He can't let her abort the child, he says. The next day, he went to meet Mr. Emeka again. Please, I am begging you. The girl is carrying my blood. That child is my blood. You cannot touch it. You cannot do this. Mr. Emeka looked at him without care. Obina, I told you before, she belongs to my dogs. I paid for her. The baby inside her does not change anything. It will go. Mr. Emeka replied, Emeka, I am a man like you. You know I have been praying for years. I have no child. And now by mistake this happens, I have to keep the child. You can still use the girl later. But let me have my child. Obina says. Mr. Emeka laughed. Are you hearing yourself? You want me to keep a baby that came from your dirty mistake? A baby from my dog girl? Never. The baby goes, he replies. He even offered to pay for the girl, but Mr. Emeka still rejected, saying his dogs love her. So, he got tired of begging and left. They came to me in the dark room I was sitting, my stomach still turning from the strange feelings I had. When I saw Mr. Emeka's wife enter, I already knew something bad was about to happen. She was smiling, but it was the kind of smile that made me afraid, though. Behind her, two of Mr. Emeka's boys followed her to my room. They were holding something in their hands. Emeka stood by the door. His voice was serious. "Amaka, you will take this pill. Whether you like it or not, we are not keeping any baby here," he says. I shook my head slowly. "No, please. Please, I beg you. Don't make me do this." I was terrified to die because abortion pills can kill. Emeka turned to the boys. "Hold her down," he ordered. They did it. Two men grabbed me, one on each side. My arms hurt as they held me tight. Emeka's wife came closer holding the pills in her hand. "Open her mouth," Emeka said. I kept shaking my head. Tears ran down my face. "Please, please don't. Don't do this to me," I cried. But they didn't stop. They forced my jaw open. The pills were pushed inside my mouth. They held my nose and poured water down until I swallowed all. Melvin was in the corner of the room, looking sad. He didn't say anything. He just stood there shaking, tears running down his face. At first, nothing happened. I sat on the floor, shaking and breathing hard. My throat burned from the pills. I cried until my eyes felt empty. Hours later, the pain began. My stomach hurt so badly, I screamed. I felt like something was tearing inside me. I crawled on the cold floor, holding my belly, crying for help that didn't come. Then the bleeding started. It wouldn't stop. I thought I was going to die. Maybe I even wanted to die. By the next day, the pregnancy was gone. Obina came back when he heard. He looked at me through the small door, his face sad like someone died. "You killed it," Obina whispered. "Emeka, you killed my child." Emeka laughed. "Your child? That thing? It was nothing but a bastard." 2 days later, they started again, giving me to dogs to do the same terrible things. The dogs came morning, afternoon, and night. The same pain. The same humiliation. Nothing changed. My body felt weaker than ever, but they didn't care. Melvin was supposed to leave for high school that week. His things were packed. But when he came to my door at night, he told me he wasn't going. "Why?" I asked, voice weak. "Because if I go, you will die," Melvin said. "I can't leave you here alone. I won't forgive myself if you die." "You have to go," I said. "You can't throw your life away because of me. Please." "No," Melvin said firmly. "I can't sit in a classroom and pretend everything is fine while you suffer here. I can't laugh with my friends knowing you are crying in my dad's hands," he said. Meanwhile, at Mr. Joe's house, Chioma was locked up too. She was still with Mr. Joe, the man who sold me. Her mother was there too. One morning, Chioma woke up to loud crying. Her mother was lying on the floor, not moving. Chioma screamed, so sad, but no one came. Her mother died in the hands of her own brother, Chioma's uncle. She died because she couldn't bear the pain anymore. Chioma cried all day. She didn't eat or talk. She just cried until her voice broke. That day, Chioma changed completely. When Joe came later, Chioma looked at him with hate in her eyes. "You will pay for this," she said to her uncle. But he just laughed. "You will never leave this place. Never. You think you can fight me? You think anyone will find you? This is your life now." And Chioma looks at him with great hatred and tears. "I swear if I come out, you are dead," she said to Mr. Joe. He just laughed and walked away. Chioma's mother didn't get a proper burial. Nobody came to pray and stand at any funeral. Nobody came to mourn. Joe didn't even let Chioma touch her. He just looked at his boys and said, "Carry her." Throw her somewhere. Make sure nobody sees. They did exactly that. The boys dragged the body out like she was nothing. Chioma screamed, holding the door frame, begging them to stop, but they didn't listen. Please don't, Chioma cried. Please let me bury her. Please, she is your sister, she says to Mr. Joe. Joe turned back and laughed at her. I only care about the money, he says. They carried her mother away and dumped her in the bush. Chioma never knew where exactly. She never got the chance to say goodbye. She cried the whole night. She didn't eat. She didn't sleep. She just held her chest and kept whispering, I will kill him. I swear I will. She said that out of anger. He took everything from me. The anger in her eyes grew every day. She wanted revenge more than ever. Meanwhile, back at Mr. Emeka's house, my suffering continues. Still serving dogs. Melvin still came to my door every night. His school was supposed to start, but he refused to go. He felt like maybe his parents will hurt me and I will die before he returns from school. That was why he couldn't go. I was silent for a while. Then I nodded my head even though he couldn't see me. No, Melvin, don't do that for me. I don't have any use. Don't throw your future away because of me, I said to him. I don't care about my future, Melvin said. I care about you. I can't sit in a classroom while you are here suffering. I can't pretend everything is normal. I can't, Melvin replied. You have to, I whispered to him. I don't want you to be like me. I want you to live a better life. Please, Melvin, don't sacrifice yourself for me. Please, I said, but it seems his mind was made up for this. He would not still listen. I don't know what he saw in me, but he really was against his father. But one day, something bad happened, worse than the dogs. Something that almost ended my life. Mr. Emeka's rich political friend came to the house. He was a big man and laughed loudly all the time. He carried a small bottle of liquid in his hand. This thing came from one of my friends, Emeka said. I don't really trust him. He says it's okay, but I can't trust anyone. But what if it's poison? I can't drink it until I am sure, Emeka told his friend. The man laughed too. So what do you want me to do? Test it on someone. If they live, we know it's safe. If they die, we throw it away. Emeka looked at my prison. Bring Amaka, he said to his boys. They brought me, and surprisingly, I was happy. Yes, I was happy to drink that liquid. I wanted to die. I could not suffer anymore. They dragged me into the sitting room. I was weak, barefoot, and shaking. My heart beat fast when I saw the bottle. Melvin stood up quickly. Dad, no. You can't do this. What if it's poison? What if she dies in front of us? How will you live with yourself? But his dad didn't answer. He ignored Melvin and turned to me. Drink it, he said. I stared at the bottle. My hand shook, and my throat felt dry. Drink it now. Mr. Emeka shouted. The guards held me still, and pressed the bottle to my lips. I slowly opened my mouth and swallowed the liquid. The taste went down my throat. I waited for it to kill me. I was even hoping it was poison so I could die. I could not keep suffering with the dogs. After a few minutes, I started feeling strange. Then suddenly I collapsed. Everything went blank. The liquid was poisoned after all. I heard Melvin screaming at his dad to help me. But his dad told him to stay back. Then he told the house nurse to check on me and try to make me well. After some time, I opened my eyes. I was sitting in my room with a woman standing in front of me. She was the house nurse who had treated me. You are awake at last. How are you feeling? She asked, looking at me. I felt tired and angry. I expected to die, not wake up again, not waking to the suffering again. Why did you not let me die? I want to die. "You should have left me to die," I said to the woman. She just looked at me and said, "I'm sorry. I can't let that happen. I was paid to treat the poison in you," she said, and left me alone in the room. After that incident, Melvin decided he was going to report his father to the police, even though he was going to be putting his own parents in danger. He told me his plan that evening. "I am going to tell the authorities about this. I don't care what happens to my dad after, but if he is going to make your life a hell, then maybe I will do the same." Melvin says to me, "I tried to convince him to forget about me, but his mind was made up. Nothing was going to stop him anymore. First thing tomorrow morning, I'm telling the police," he says, and left. I didn't support that plan, but if it was going to save me, then maybe I would support it. But it was all in vain because the next morning was never going to come for Melvin. Melvin never told me that he has a problem affecting his kidney. I think it got worse that night and Melvin was struggling to survive. No one knew because it happened during the night. At morning, I was expecting to see the police follow Melvin to the house, but there was no sign of him. I waited a bit. The guard brought the dog as they raped me that morning. That was not even my problem. But the question is, where is Melvin? Is he still asleep? I thought soon his parents also began to get worried why he is not coming out. It passed 12 and Melvin's door was still locked. Then they decided to knock on his door, but he was not answering. They got more worried and broke into his room, but Melvin was lying down like a lifeless person. "Oh my God, my son," Mrs. Emeka says. She rushed to Melvin. "Get the car. We need to take him to the hospital," Mr. Emeka says. I could hear their voice right from my room. And then I knew the only friend I have was in trouble. They took him to the hospital immediately. The doctor accepted him and moved him to a ward for check. "Please do everything to save him. That's my only son and my only child. I can't afford to lose him or I can't live without a son," Mr. Emeka says. His wife stood beside him sadly. "I will do my best. Just be calm," says the doctor. And he goes. He checked him and checked. Then he realized that his 2 kidneys are failing. What a terrible situation. The doctor says, "I need to let his parents know," he says and walks to them. They rush to him like flies, and he explains to them how bad their son's health was, and he may die if not given proper care. "His kidneys are failing?" Mr. Emeka asked. "Yes, the only way to save him is to provide a new kidney for him, at least one, or he might die anytime soon." "How can we get the kidney?" "I need my son alive," Mrs. Emeka says. "I'm sorry, but it's hard to find such things. Most times you need someone who will be ready to sell one to you," said the doctor. Melvin's parents went home that day sad. Getting a kidney requires a lot of money, and that's not even the problem. Who is willing to sell one of their own? Then that's where they remembered me. Melvin's mother told her husband that they can take mine since I was of no serious use to them. This is a good idea. That means we won't even have to waste our money for a kidney or worry about who will sell to us. We can just take from the girl, Mr. Emeka says to his wife. And she can still be alive to keep feeding the dogs because she still has one more kidney left. All you have to do now is call the doctor and see if a female kidney can work on Melvin, Mrs. Emeka says to her husband. Then Mr. Emeka called the doctor and asked, "Can a female kidney work for my son?" The doctor said, "Yes, it will work as long as they match." I was sitting when the door suddenly opened and the house guards dragged me out. Mr. Emeka saw me and told me to cooperate or I would suffer. He said a doctor was coming to check if my kidney would work for his son. I just nodded sadly. I was ready to give my kidney if it could save Melvin. The doctor came with lots of equipment and did some tests on me. He also learned I was a slave to the dogs. Later, he lied to Mr. Emeka, telling him my kidney would not work, even though it was a perfect match. The doctor told me my life was still important and I needed both kidneys. I wonder how Melvin would survive, since the doctor faked the test. I think the doctor felt sorry for me. Later, they found another donor and paid that person to give a kidney to Melvin. The operation took some time, but it worked. I was happy for Melvin. At least he had more years to live. But one day, something happened that changed everything for me. Mr. Emeka's sister came to visit. Her name was Auntie Rose. She stayed for a few days and was always around. She saw everything, how guards stayed outside my door, how the dogs came to have sex with me every day, and how I cried afterward. She said nothing, just watched. At night, Auntie Rose stayed awake thinking about me, the dogs, and how her brother was destroying me. She said to herself, this girl can make me rich if I use her well. The next day, Auntie Rose found Melvin sitting alone in the back of the house. She called to him. Melvin. Melvin looked up but didn't want to talk. He didn't like talking after seeing what his father did to me. Yes, he said quietly. Auntie Rose sat beside him and spoke slowly to make him trust her lies. I know what is happening to that girl. I saw it with my own eyes. I stayed only 2 days here and I can't even sleep because of what I saw, she said. I don't know how a young boy like you lives in this evil house. I know how you look at her. I know you want to help, but you can't because of your father, Auntie Rose said. Melvin listened but didn't trust easily. I want to help her, Auntie Rose said. I am not like your father. I am a woman like her and I know how it feels to see a woman suffer. I can't close my eyes to this. I will talk to my brother and tell him I want to take her to my house. He will not say no because he listens to me. When she is with me, I will find a way to take her far from here, somewhere no one will find her. Somewhere safe. But I can't do it if you don't trust me. Do you trust me, Melvin? Melvin looked at her face. He wanted to believe her so badly. If you can do that, I will never forget you. I have tried many times to help her, but my father doesn't listen, he said. If you can take her away, please do it. Please, Melvin begs. Auntie Rose touched his shoulder gently. I promise you I will make this right. Later that day, Auntie Rose went to see me. The guards opened the door because she was family. She came in and looked at me where I sat on the floor. I was weak and tired, my clothes torn, also. Amaka, Auntie Rose said in a calm way. I raised my head and I didn't know her well. I just stared at her. My name is Auntie Rose. I came here 2 days ago. I have been watching everything. I saw what they do to you and I saw how you cry every day. I cannot just keep quiet, she says to me. I stared at her, not sure if I should answer. I know you don't trust anybody in this house. Auntie Rose continued, I know they have hurt you all, but I want to help you. I won't lie to you. I want to take you away from here. I will talk to my brother and tell him I want you in my house. He won't say no. Once you are in my house, no dog will touch you again. You will eat good food and rest. I will find a way to send you far away where you can live like a normal person. I promise you. Tears rolled down my face. I wanted to believe her so much. You will take me away from this suffering. I know it won't work, I said. By tomorrow, I will talk to my brother. By this time tomorrow, everything will change, she said. I nodded gently. Thank you, I said to her. That night, Auntie Rose went to Mr. Emeka. He was drinking in the sitting room when she came in. She sat beside him and spoke calmly. Brother, I want to talk about that girl, she said. Mr. Emeka raised his cup and looked at her surprised. What about her? My dogs love her. She is doing what I bought her for, he said. I know she is doing that, but I don't like what I see. She is weak and looks sick. If she dies here, people might talk. I don't want trouble for this family. Give her to me. I will take her to my house. She will work as house help. I will feed her, give her clothes, and she will live normal. No more dogs, just a normal life, Auntie Rose told her brother. Mr. Emeka stared at her and asked, You want me to give her to you? Yes, Auntie Rose said. I am your sister. I'm not doing this for myself. It's better this way. It's time to end this. Let me take her. I will care for her myself. Mr. Emeka was quiet for a moment. He took a sip of his drink, then agreed. Fine, he said. The next morning, the guards opened my door. Auntie Rose was standing with them. Come out now. You are free, she said. I felt so happy that morning. I stood slowly. They removed my chains. My hands were free for the first time in a long time. I followed her outside and saw her car parked at the gate. Melvin was standing there. When he saw me, he smiled for the first time in weeks. He came closer, wanting to hug me, but his father shouted from the side. Melvin! Don't touch that girl. Melvin dropped his hands back. He looked at me. You're finally free. Tears rolled down my face. Thank you for everything, Melvin, I whispered low. Melvin turned to Auntie Rose. Please take care of her, Auntie. She has suffered too much. Please don't let anything bad happen to her, Melvin said to his auntie. Auntie Rose smiled to make a fake smile and promised to take good care of me. Melvin turned back to me and told me he will call Auntie all the time to ask about me and he won't forget me. I nodded too. I won't forget you, too. Auntie Rose opened the car door. I climbed inside. Melvin stood there watching as the car started moving. I kept looking back at him through the window until I couldn't see him anymore. The car drove on. I thought I'm free, but I didn't even know Auntie Rose was just going to be my next demon. Auntie Rose took me to her house. For the first time in a long time, I slept in a real bed. No dogs, no chains on my hands. I even bathed with clean water that evening. She gave me real food. The next morning, she bought me new clothes from the market. I was happy. Life felt good for the first time. But at night, I heard Auntie Rose making phone calls in the sitting room. She said things like, yes, she is here now. No, she doesn't suspect anything. We will do it soon. The company will pay, right? I didn't understand what she was talking about. I thought maybe it was her own business. Auntie Rose was not rich, so I thought she was just looking for money. The next day, Melvin called. Auntie Rose gave me her phone. He asked if she was treating me well. I told him Auntie Rose was the best thing that happened to me. Melvin was quiet for a moment and then said, I'm happy for you. I can finally breathe. I was scared you would die in my father's house. Thank you, I said. I won't forget what you did for me. You tried even when your parents were against you. Days passed. Auntie Rose kept making those calls. Sometimes I asked her, Auntie, who do you keep calling? I asked one morning. She smiled. Business call. I'm looking for a job for you. You can't stay here forever. If you get a job, you can earn money for yourself too. I believed her and felt happy. Maybe she was finding me something good. But sometimes, Chioma came to my mind. I sat alone thinking about her and everything she did for me. Was she still alive? Was she still with Mr. Joe? Did she know I was free now? One evening, I told Auntie Rose about Chioma and how she helped me. I told her Chioma was still in their hands. Auntie Rose acted like she was sad, even if she was not. I feel bad. I am here, eating food, wearing good clothes, but she is still there. She might be dead now. I don't even know if I can save her, I said. Amaka, you have suffered enough. Stop thinking about that girl. If she is alive, she will find her way. But don't kill yourself thinking too much. You are free now. Be happy, she said. I nodded, even though it still hurt. Finally, one afternoon, Auntie Rose smiled and told me to get ready. She said she found me a job where I could get paid and live normal again. I thanked her and asked, what kind of job? A simple one, she said. I smiled for the first time in weeks. Thank you, Auntie. I didn't think my life could be normal again. I thought I would be having sex with dogs forever. I didn't know she was lying. The next morning, she told me to dress well. She gave me one of the new clothes she bought and brushed my hair herself. "You look nice," she said. "Be polite when we get there," she said. As we entered the car, I looked through the window thinking of Melvin. He would be happy if he saw me now. I thought to myself, maybe this is my new life. I didn't know where the car was actually taking me. I just sat happily. The car parked at a building. It looked like a company, though, but no workers outside. We came down from the car and followed her inside the building that looked like a company. I began to think about everything I went through. Chioma, my late parents. Maybe they would be happy with me now. I failed them before, but I'm now making them proud. We kept walking until we reached inside the main building. I saw people working like a real company, but I didn't even know they were all faking it. Auntie Rose took me to a woman, a young one just like Chioma. Then she said, "I'm the girl for the job." It sounded familiar because that was how Chioma introduced me to the dog men from the beginning. She told me to sign papers, and that made me believe the process. At least I'm signing papers, which makes it more like a company. But still I don't know the job I was receiving. I asked them. She said it's a simple job. But the unexpected happened as I just saw someone cover my face with a mask. They closed my mouth, and then Auntie Rose just left me there. The next thing I knew, I was feeling woozy and fell asleep. Auntie Rose had sold me to them. They planned to use me in adult videos, making money online from my appearances. This was the worst thing that ever happened to me. When will my suffering end? After that, Melvin called Auntie Rose to check on me. She told him, I'm fine and working now. He had no idea that his auntie had sold me to a pornography company. When will my suffering end? Stay tuned for part 5 and let me know if you're enjoying the video so far.